Hello and welcome to Boarding Party's D&D campaign. Featuring Bentley Woods, CJ, D. Blackwater, Milo Reuter, and Phoebe Wilheim. I'm Drew, the Game Master for the Laris region. Milo races back from Hillmouth with his team as the rest of the gang meanders in Ambercrag awaiting the arrival of the Emissary from beyond the stars. Ladies and gentlemen, hello. Welcome back to session 140 of Boarding Party.
Woo! 141?
140. Nope. The last two things that we have filmed have been basically non-numbered sessions.
Okay.
But at long last, all of the tater tots here in one place. Milo will be joining you shortly. He's going to pick up his team in Hillmouth. You've got about 3 hours to handle anything you would like to handle.
They just said 8.
Well, you got 3 hours till he's back.
Oh.
3 hours till Milo returns.
I was like...
At which point you will have...
That was the quickest 5 hours I've ever experienced.
Yeah.
That was nuts.
Because you guys arrived...
Anyway, do whatever you want. 5 hours has passed.
Clock's ticking, hurry up.
So you've got 3 hours until Milo is back, because that is the approximate amount of time that he spent there getting his team and flying back. Last week.
Yeah.
We're in Ambercrag, right?
You're in Ambercrag. Team's in Ambercrag.
So we're all just connoitered there, basically, all together?
Yep. Everyone but Milo and his team.
And we're aware that a ton of time passed, right? Like,
it is
obvious.
abundantly clear for you as the moon is fully visible in the midday sky.
Hey, D. I don't know how much time any of us have left, but I was thinking of maybe spending what little time we have with Rose at the hospital. And I was kind of wondering, like, maybe you and Neek would be able to help her in some capacity. Like, maybe you could build, like prosthetic fins that she could use. Like, I'm sure my mom might have some materials at the ranch that you could use and maybe even, like, make them out of, like, some alloy or metal or something, but it's up to you. I don't know if you think that that's something that would be possible.
I don't know if I can do any of that in the short amount of time that we have.
Right.
I could send Neek that way. I have one thing that I gotta take care of, and then I can make my way over that way.
Okay, well, I'm gonna head there now, and I guess I'll see you in a bit, but either way, I appreciate it.
Yeah. I'll pop Neek out.
Yeah. What's up, dude?
Right, man. Got
The moon's out, huh?
Yeah, pretty.
Yikes.
Yep. Terrifying.
Yep. Kinda hate it. What's up?
Mate, same buddy. Got one small thing that I have to take care of.
Sure.
Can you head back to the hospital, check on Rose and Growl, see what you can do?
Yeah.
And then I should be there maybe half hour to an hour.
Cool. I'll be there.
All right, buddy.
Time to go put on some scrubs.
Start walking with his little toolbox.
You don't have to. Okay.
I'll just accompany
Gotta
Neek
go to the
over to
surgery wing.
the hospital.
Okay.
I'm gonna head off towards like that river area.
Mm-hmm. The Green River.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All right. CJ, Phoebe.
I am gonna go see Dr. Ulani.
Okay. Let's check in.
Yeah. See Tito too.
Yeah.
And then I'm also going to search for Gadsby.
Crowd favorites right there. Gadsby and Tito. Okay.
If I can find him while I'm heading my way down to see Ulani.
CJ, anything you want to handle?
I'll probably just go see Growl too, because
Okay.
I don't really know what else to do.
All right. Tackle and go see Growl. Well, with everybody but D headed to the hospi, I guess we'll start with D.
Cool.
That way it's just right down the line at the hospi.
Yes, sir.
Hospital.
I'm gonna pull out the privateer tablet
Mhm.
as I'm kind of walking. Send a message to old Papa.
Mm-hmm.
To make a long story short, it's gonna pretty much say like stay away from the mainland for as long as you can. Don't know if I'll be back, but if not, I'll tell Mom you said hi. And then
What a text.
to make sure that he, it's a lot. That's the nice way of me putting everything.
Yeah.
What actually is in that message.
Uh-huh.
But when I get to the water to ensure that he doesn't come back to the land, I'll fully submerge myself in the Green River.
Yeah.
And I will communicate to the Siren and ask her if she will keep the Red Prince and all privateers that are out to sea away.
They will not reach the shores.
I'll just kind of nod, say thanks, and then that's pretty much all
Who is the Siren? That's separate from the Tidecaller, I take it.
It is. It's my BFF Jill.
Okay. Say no more.
She's a special friend.
Yes.
I got you.
But yeah, I'll kind of just sit in there. I'm pretty much just going to take this time to kind of relax and calm myself down after experiencing gross, veiny monster creatures from outer space.
Yeah.
I'll probably be there for about an hour to an hour and a half, and then I'll make my way over.
Okay. Give me a concentration check. In the water. Floating. At peace. What is that?
Dude, that stopped so hard, but it's a natural one.
Oh no!
Yeah. It
Okay.
literally like magnetized to my freaking.
It really did.
That was
He rolled
wild.
that with. All right.
What?
Yeah. Natty one.
As you're floating in the water trying to find your zen, this water's still really gross. There's a lot of just like green and black gunk floating in it.
I'm gonna use my thing. I have advantage. I'll use
Yeah.
the.
You use the.
It's this
Yeah, the boy of extra rolls.
Oh, nice. Nice,
the
nice,
boy
nice,
of
nice.
extra rolls.
Okay.
Please.
Everybody has so
Stay
many
away.
little advantage things just hanging around.
Okay.
It's a good thing to remember them.
I think I've
don't
used all
remember-
mine.
I don't remember any of mine. I don't think I've used any of them.
I had one
ever.
that I
22.
didn't use, and I don't
22.
remember what it is
Okay.
anymore, so.
Yeah, the water's real nasty,
Mhm.
but you use your ability to make the water less nasty near you. And you focus for a moment, you get a little clear bubble of meditative space. This is kind of funny, but I'm going to give you the boy of extra rolls.
Oh.
Back, I was going to give you advantage on a mental save as you kind of find your zen. Take a moment, deep breaths in and out. Spend about 90 minutes just deep breathing, focusing, becoming one with the water, preparing for the night. Water, tides, the moon, it's all linked. So you just take a moment, preparing yourself for every eventuality, whatever it might bring.
Yes, sir.
Hospi team! Hospi team, who wants to go first?
I can go first.
Well, don't everybody all scream at once.
I can go first.
All right, Phoebe.
I'll
Phoebe.
do it. I'll do it.
You head down to Dr. Ulani's hazmat wing.
Yes, yes.
Scan yourself in. Pop in. You start hazmat suiting up. And as you kind of pull the suit over your eyes, you see Tito.
Tito.
Little Clefairy. Hey. What's up? Welcome back.
Thank you.
Coffee? Donuts?
Yes, both. All of it.
He's like,
Coffee flavored donuts.
Yes.
coffee donuts? You pop in with Tito,
Yes.
head into the hazmat wing.
Yeah.
You see that same kind of octagonal, steel, dark room
Yeah.
where you've met so many friends, saved so many lives. That Suriwuda is still hanging out in there. He doesn't want to leave. He could
doesn't-
leave,
well,
but he doesn't want to.
I get it.
He's like, I'm good. He's like,
Yeah.
within these walls,
Within this octagon, I'm
I'm
king.
fine. I'm safe.
I'll punch anyone.
Wymond has checked out.
Oh,
He's left with his team.
okay.
Ace.
He's got his own preparations to make.
That's fair.
The Noivern has
He's
already
gotta
been
go
chilling
kill
with
the
you.
moon by
So
himself.
it's hanging out
It's been
wherever
chilling.
you tell it to be. But Dr. Ulani sees you pop in. Phoebe, welcome back.
Hi.
To what do I owe the pleasure of your company?
I was just checking in.
Well, everything's disastrous as always, but
Yeah.
we do what we can.
Yeah. But no one new's been brought in, right? It looks like it's just you and
No one
Udo.
knew. They've sort of increased the hostile nature of acquisitions lately. A lot more of a scorched earth approach.
Yeah.
So not too many make it to my door.
All right. Well, I just came to say hi to you. Yeah, check in. See Tito.
Oh yes, Tito's been asking about you. He's like, it's true.
Tito, I feel like you're well aware of what's happening. What?
It's bad.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I won't let your jolly facade.
He's like,
hide.
real talk, I'm scared.
This is all a front. It just covers up the mortal fear.
It's like, I'd hate to be here when the laughter stops.
Yeah. Do you want to... I feel like I could use your positive energy. There's a emissary coming from the moon. I don't know. I'd like some positive vibes around.
A what? From where?
I don't know. Just somebody from the moon. They're gonna blah 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 and then tell us we're all dead and
Sure.
I just I need some positive vibes.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah. It's gonna be a real good time.
Let's go.
All right. Cool.
I need your help because the vibes are not great.
Yeah. I just
Vibe
need a little
check
quick
real
round.
bad.
Yeah.
Vibe check terrible.
Toxic.
I'll make sure nothing happens to you. I will guarantee your safety.
Guarantee.
Wow.
Yeah.
How are you doing that?
It's like,
Listen,
all
if
right.
it means I get taken out to save Tito, the only positive person left.
the only one
would be
with
a good
hope.
way to go out.
Okay.
No lie.
Anyway.
Tito will
Tito will sign that contract.
Yeah.
I will
You're
sue you
guaranteeing
to the
my
moon.
safety?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's like, win-win, dude.
I'm gonna sue you to the moon if we
To the moon and back.
There'll be nothing to
Something
sue,
happens.
Tito.
All right.
Joke's on you.
Neek will walk the boys to the intensive care wing, where we see Growl. One leg broken, the other one amputated. Whoa. We see Rose. Half a fin gone. Some skin grafts. Currently sort of healing over on half of her face. Her usual horn and jolly attitude are both absent. As the two of you are on approach with Neek,
He's like, what's up, guys? I feel like we never just sort of like walk and talk.
Yeah.
I don't know if this has ever happened. We're like, what's going on?
Not since we met, I don't
Yeah.
think.
How you guys been? I heard
Yeah.
everything's pretty crazy out there.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah. Seems pretty rough.
Could definitely be better.
Yeah.
You working on anything cool?
Well, yeah, I mean, we've been making some modifications to some weapons and stuff. A lot of it's still on the ship. But yeah, we've been just sort of making some new weapon designs, a little bit of gear.
Bentley will just like get down onto a knee so he's more at like Neek level. Neek, I just want to say thank you. And I'll just hold up like a high five.
For what, man? I haven't done anything yet.
Just thank you for being you.
Oh,
And
I
then
mean,
Bentley will get up and turn and look to see if there's like an orderly or a nurse or a doctor or anyone who he could flag down to ask if it's okay if he goes into the room with Rose, or if she's still in like a, no, this is like an ER like surgery situation, you can't go in there.
yeah, a doctor type is nearby. There's a doctor type. It's a new Pokemon type.
Oh, doctor type?
Doctor type.
Doctor.
Yeah,
Doctor.
I'll take 3 of those.
a doctor and a sort of orderly are nearby. We're gonna have to do some serious surgery on that one. And that leg. What are we gonna do about that?
Excuse me. The dugong in there is my Pokemon.
Do you want to see them?
Please.
Hop in. And they'll just kind of like scan a quick badge and a door.
Can I
will
do a
open.
perception check on this person?
You sure can.
Would it be anything different than perception, or would it be
Dude.
like insight, or I guess it doesn't matter because my thing is the same, but
Yeah, you can do an insight check if you want to.
it's a 12.
What are your instincts telling you? What spidey sense is tingling?
I don't trust this entity at all, and like I don't want to follow its instructions, even though it's leading me to what I want.
Okay. So you don't go in?
Well, I'm just like staring at this thing, like I have my hackles raised, like I feel like I know you, but
Yeah.
I hope that I don't.
It's a doctor in full scrub uniform, bright golden eyes. Come on in. She's waiting for you.
Golden eyes?
Who are you?
You don't remember?
I had a feeling.
Perhaps we haven't met. I'm Dr. King. Please. Step inside. Say hello to your friend.
Neek's gonna dip.
Okay.
He's gonna use his Green Warden to
Just a
peace
moment, and I'll walk back. I'll walk back to CJ and just like kind of huddle him in a corner and just like whisper like,
He got
What are we
13 stealth, so he's just
Okay. He's like, just very.
CJ, I don't trust this doctor.
Why?
I think it might be Helios.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know what it would want with me now though, because it already like ditched me and seemed to think that I'm useless.
I thought that we thought that. Okay.
I don't know.
You want to see Rose, don't you? Just don't interact with him. Just go in the room and ignore him.
Like, what if it's a trap?
Who's gonna trap us in the room? In the hospital?
Bentley's gonna turn and look toward the room with Rose, and can he do like? I know I can't do like Arcana checks anymore because I lost that, but can I do like an insight check with the thought process of like, is this real? Is this really the room? Is this really the hospital? Or am I just under like some sort of spell by this thing?
Is Growl in the same room as Rose?
No. They're in the same area, though.
Yeah, it's
So,
like
like,
the same
Rose is
wing
over
of the
here
hospital.
and
Yeah.
Growl's over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, for like infection purposes and stuff, they keep them separate. But
Okay.
Is that okay?
yeah,
Okay.
I mean you're very much
Oh, crit.
in tune. This space is real.
Okay.
This is the hospital. You are awake and
Right.
conscious.
Okay.
Your hackles are raised,
Yeah, I'm like pinching myself. Like,
and
this doesn't feel
rightfully
right.
so.
Uh-huh.
You've found on multiple occasions that Dr. King is not a real entity.
Okay.
There is no Dr. King.
Okay. So, see, like, the conundrum now is, like, what if it's, like, a room that can't be contaminated with people who just were, like, walking around outside? Like, I don't want to give Rose, like, an infection, and this is not a legit doctor, so, like, I need to find a legit doctor to be like, yeah, man, that's chill.
I mean, there is an
I
orderly
guess that's what you got.
just standing there that's kind of like, go in.
I think that's what I want to do is, like, just try and get verification from someone other than this Dr. King that it's okay. And then if and when I do that, I'll just kind of like give the stink eye to Dr. King and then walk into Rose's ward room thing.
Okay. Yeah, you see Rose is conked out of her gourd on painkillers.
Yeah.
Because her brain is exposed. But
I'll just sit on her side that has the better flipper, I guess, and just like place my hand on her flipper and just like very lightly, like just to let her know that her trainer's there.
Mm-hmm. There's a slight movement in the flipper. Just enough to be like,
Yeah, I'll just like hold her flipper like I'm holding her hand. Just sit there.
Dr. King will walk towards the room with Growl in it. Kind of kneel down towards Growl, who, in a similar fashion, conked out of his gourd on painkillers. Because he's missing a leg and the other one's shattered in many places. His horn's kind of jacked up. Just kind of pet him along the back of the head. Detach that sort of weird prosthetic leg that he's been working with. And he seems to just kind of growl at Growl back and forth for a bit. Makes a few adjustments to the leg and then reaffixes it. And Growl kind of stands up. Gives a full motion. He's got like a little ball joint there, but it's been, some of those adjustments seem to be limiting its mobility so that it doesn't just slide out from underneath him. So he's a little more stable.
Nice.
He'll motion to the back leg. Growl nods. We're gonna move to amputate the back leg as well and replace it with one of these. The patient should be ready.
Why are we doing that?
Oh, are you the hound's trainer?
Yes.
Oh, it's his will.
He wants that.
Yes.
He said that to you.
He says that his front leg feels much better now, but his back one could be improved. And I agree.
I'll look at Growl and be like, that's what you want? I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, you have final say if you want the poor dear to live in pain. That's your call, not mine.
Why are you doing this?
It's my job.
It's your job?
Yes. I'm a doctor.
Since when? You just decided to become a doctor?
I graduated medical school 17 years ago.
17
Been practicing ever
years
since.
ago.
I'm just in from overseas. Lending a hand.
Overseas? Where?
Johto, if you must know.
Oh, really? Fancy doctorman from Johto coming here just as the world's ending. What a nice guy you are.
The funny thing is it could be Helios or it could just be a run-of-the-mill doctor who has shit bedside manner, which would not be out of the ordinary at all. He's just kind of a weird guy who doesn't have social skills. Or he's a demon who wants to destroy the Moontouched.
I'm going to try to get, like, more attention from Growl. See if I can, like, cut through any of the drug stupor.
Yeah, Growl will give me a perception check at disadvantage.
This is Growl doing a perception check?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Growl is high as a kite, dude. He's on so many painkillers, as is Rose.
At disadvantage.
Uh-huh.
That's still pretty solid.
Not terrible. I don't know what his...
Didn't look bad.
No, it was a 11 and an 18 on the die.
You said perception?
Mm-hmm.
Perception. Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's a 12.
No, it was a 16.
16, homie.
No, yeah, but it...
You times
Okay,
11.
You took the
right.
lower.
You're right. So 13.
There you go. Okay. Yeah.
13, 16, plus 5.
Yes,
On an 11.
You rolled an 11.
Okay.
You
all
rolled
right.
an 11
all right.
and
all
an
right.
18.
All right. All right. All right.
Oh
all
my
right.
God.
All right.
If you want to neuter the
all right,
roll
all right, all
narrative,
right, all
do
right.
so.
He failed.
I don't know what I'm
You
thinking.
get nothing.
I don't know what I'm
You lose.
It was
Good
take
day,
the lower,
sir.
but the lower wasn't
You're right.
bad,
You're
and you
right.
had a good
My
modifier.
brain's
Okay.
not working.
It never
You're
gets
fine.
old.
I've been up
You're
since
good.
4.
I got you.
Growl kind of like opens one eye, pupils dilated as heck, kind of turns his head sideways, sniffs a little bit.
Like, hey, are you okay? This doctor's saying you want to cut off your back leg.
Bark, bark,
That's what you want.
bark, bark.
Do you think that's gonna be better?
Bark, bark.
All right, man. If that's what you want to do, it's fine with me. If it's really gonna be better for you.
Bark, 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 bark.
Okay. All right. I'll turn to the doctor and be like, all right, if you think that's what's good and that's what he wants, then I guess we are gonna do that.
Excellent. We'll get it on the schedule. Sooner than later.
Robot dog.
Heck yeah.
Where is the Oni? And where is Slurp?
Who's with the Oni, and where'd you leave Slurp? Slurp landed with you in a field, as did the Oni.
Cool.
Where'd you leave him? Who's watching
Sounds
the
like
Oni?
in a field.
I'm not
Yeah,
watching.
Slurp just in a
I
field?
guess so.
Did you bring him with you to the hospital, or just leave him out there?
I don't know. I don't
thought-
think I can really push him, so...
Wasn't everybody teleported or no?
Everyone was teleported
To
into a
Ambercrag.
field outside of Ambercrag.
Yeah, so probably just still chilling outside of Ambercrag, right?
Yeah.
Would be my guess.
Did you leave anybody to watch Slurp?
I guess so.
Or just leave him by himself with 5 points of exhaustion?
No, I mean, if that's how we're doing
I thought it
things,
ended with us,
going
like,
back,
pushing him
no,
into the
last time it
hospital.
was Mortar and Crash were looking out for him, and then we were teleported. So I would assume that Mortar and Crash are still like being bodyguards wherever Slurp is. But I thought Slurp was like just outside Ambercrag, and they were hanging.
Yeah, I mean it's genuinely your choice. If you pushed him somewhere, you can do that. It's not too late.
They could probably even just push him in towards the.
But if you want to know
family
where
estate.
Slurp is, you're the only one that can tell me where Slurp is.
Oh, perfect. He's in that cave that I used to live in outside of Ambercrag.
The one that had a thing living in it last time you were there.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay. Cool, man.
They've pushed that out.
No, wherever they were.
been evicted.
If people just started walking away, then they'll just assume that we were comfortable being wherever we were, and that's fine.
Okay. So Slurp's in a cave with Crash and Mortar. If nobody chooses to watch the Oni, that's a whole other bag of potatoes.
It's not a priority for me. I don't care.
Okay.
So he can do whatever he wants. I'm not worried about it.
All right.
I will just chill with Growl for a little while, and then I will head out of the hospital.
Okay.
Pass by where Rose is to see if Bentley's good, and I'll just see him looking sad and hanging out with her, so I'll just leave.
Okay.
And I'll head back to the cave. Sure, wherever we decided that they are.
Okay.
To check in with them and see how Slurp's doing.
All right. Slurp is exhausted in many, many, many ways. He's in a great deal of like fatigue, not necessarily pain, but definite fatigue and discomfort. But, he's got 5 more days of resting to do before the clay hardens and it becomes official.
How's the water out here look?
Awful.
Still really bad?
Lovely.
Black and green and sludgy. There's a lot of just parts floating in it.
Ew.
Parts like dead animals?
Like everything that died in the explosion at Lake Lahana
Flowing
flows into the Green
downstream.
River and flows out to sea.
okay.
Floating fish
You
parts.
are downstream
Solid.
from where no fewer than like 40 people were
Some
just misted.
fingers.
Yeah.
Solid.
That water
toenails.
is not safe to drink or really be in unless you have a way to make it clean.
A low tad lily pad, but it's just the lily pad.
What's the situation with Crash and water?
Crash is, as weak to water as the lot of you that were in Wadalanga are.
Okay.
His ability to control it is substantially diminished. He can still produce it for his attacks, but he's no longer able to grant swim speeds and water breathing to creatures. He is no longer a warden in that sense.
And is it still a thing of if you touch water, it hurts?
No, it's a case of if he would normally resist water, he no longer does.
Oh, okay.
Water now just hurts as much as it would.
Like any other move,
Yeah.
you'd be hit by. Okay.
I'll pull out my badge case,
Mhm.
which has the Suicune hairs in it,
Oh.
and just because I'm curious,
Yeah.
if they have any sort of effect on the water, I'll take one and
Okay.
I'll put it in the water.
Okay.
Kind of just move it around and see if it does anything.
It just trails through. It's like a hair in water.
Cool. Cool. Still don't know what to do with these.
Just
You
a
figured
hair
there
in
would
wa-
be
No,
something that I
God,
could do
no.
with this, and I have no idea what it is. And I'll kind of just think about how I met the Suicune and maybe try to do the mental connection that I have with Joel, but with that because I have its hair. Because why not?
Is that what you really want?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Let's
the
try it.
hair disappears. And you look up, and across the river, the Rainmaker's standing there.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like a 3 wishes situation.
I guess so. I don't have a wish ready though, so we'll see what happens.
I am here.
Hi.
That was your wish.
I didn't realize that this was.
What do you?
I wish I knew that before. Dang it!
There you go. You still lost the 2 though.
Captain Hindsight.
Are you aware of all the stuff that's going on here? Have you been around?
Abundantly so.
Right. So that didn't go down the way that we had wanted it to.
I would imagine not.
Right. So I was just curious if there's anything that I could do to help you fix the situation.
Unless you are capable of traveling through time.
Oh. No.
There is little more that I can do that I have not already done. I had the invasion well at hand. Until that thing appeared.
So you don't like him either?
No.
Seem like anybody does. But he's misunderstood.
He is a machine of
Just
war
kidding.
invented by your kind
Yeah,
to destroy mine.
I know. I was just trying to.
Did he not cause the death of your best friend?
Well,
And nearly the death of another? Not to mention the countless deaths worldwide? Why do you defend him?
I'm not.
Why did you call me here?
It was a joke.
It was your wish for me to see you again.
Really terrible joke.
You have done this.
I was just curious how you were doing and wanted to make sure you were okay.
I am unwell. Thank you for asking.
Sorry.
A massive portion of the anchor that keeps me tied to this mortal plane has detonated.
Oh.
I am unwell. Look at the river. Look at my home. It is gone.
Yeah.
Destroyed. It is terrible here.
And there's no way to, like, try and fix it?
I will leave you to your musings. I
Okay.
trust you will use the remainder of my gifts better than you have so far.
I don't even really understand the rules.
They grant wishes,
Like-
CJ.
Like anything?
You wanted to see me, and here I am.
Right, but, like, they can't do anything, right? Like, you can't just, like, I can't be like, I want the water to be fixed.
If it is within my power, I will grant it to you. If I could fix the water, I would have
you
done
would-
so.
Yeah, obviously. Right.
It is a slow process, removing the remains of countless of my kind.
Sure. That makes sense.
I'm just sitting in the water like.
Yeah. you are painfully aware that a demigod level person is floating above you, and you're like, just play it cool, dude. Just play it cool. You're just meditating. You're like, I'm fine, man. This is just, I'm in a weird flow state. This is okay.
That's great. We do not wash our pits in the river green filled with viscera.
What more is there that you want, CJ? I have an emissary to prepare for.
Yeah, do you have any insights on that? Like how we could beat them?
Beat them?
Oh,
No,
you
that
don't-
is not the purpose of this discussion.
What is?
Open warfare leads to catastrophe. You have seen this firsthand.
Right, but like they're not gonna stop.
No, you must fight for what is left. If you roll over and die, there is no one to fight for your slab of this world. The humans will have to figure out their own mark. Each of the Scions will figure out theirs. My part in this is to ensure that the water continues to flow, regardless of who inherits this godforsaken rock.
Okay. Sorry.
Use your next two gifts wisely, CJ,
Okay.
and do not call upon me again in this fashion. I have work to do.
You got it.
It really is God-forsaken when the gods themselves are like, fuck you, man. We can't fix this shit. Who cares? Like, okay, cool. Have a good one, Mr. God.
See ya.
To be fair,
No.
there is one technical god being.
Yeah,
all
but,
of the Scions
I mean,
are just
clearly that
Right,
god
right.
has
taking the
also
claims.
forsaken the planet, at least up to this point.
Oh, we'll find out. When
We'll
the
see.
emissary
We
arrives.
will.
You know what? The slurp situation.
Mhm.
Can I ask Dr. Ulani if one of these areas can be used by slurp?
Yeah,
Kept
that
out
can be
of
done.
the area.
If you bring something here that's in need of rest, yes, I can keep them safe.
Okay, cool. Then I'll head to the cave.
Okay. You walk out there, you see CJ visibly shaken. D just emerges completely dry from this nasty river.
Oh, this is surprising.
No, this is pretty normal these
Yeah.
days. You've got Crash and Mortar just like poking at Slurp's clay body. They're like,
Pretty weird. Hey. So I have a place that Slurp can hang out until he's not this
Oh.
or near death.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Where?
In the hospital. Where they used to take the moon touch.
Oh, okay.
So few people can go there.
Okay. Just
Let's haul 'em out.
Just roll them in.
Yeah, I'll send Claremont out to help carry him. Gotta bring him to the hospital.
I was gonna carry him.
Hey, you don't have to do it by yourself, dude. We're gonna all do it.
Lift with your legs.
No, lift just with your lower back. I'm
he'll
sure it'll
start
be fine.
he'll start pushing with Crash and Mortar. Lift with your knees in a swift jerking motion.
Oh God!
Jesus.
Now I need the hospital.
All right. The three big guys will push Slurp to the hospi. Milo Root, it's around this time. You're flying back. You see Amber Crag off in the distance. You and Bullet and your team arrive back home, back where it all began.
Okay. Going to... Everybody is back in their respective Pokeballs with exception of Wadsworth and Monty.
Okay.
Take a scan around and make sure everyone's like prepping or doing whatever nothing needs helping with. Take a look around to see where the Oni's at or who he's with.
Give me we'll do an investigation check.
25.
Ought to do it.
Low roll.
I was like,
Yeah.
I was like,
That's all right.
18 stealth. All right. Milo's like, I see you, scum. He's just the eye of Sauron
Yeah,
over here.
Exactly.
Milo Ritter.
Yep.
As you look about for the Oni,
Mm-hmm.
a creature that is not to be trusted,
Mm-hmm.
not to be
Yes.
believed, and most especially not to be left alone.
Mm-hmm.
You see your friends kind of huddled by the river, and you see Bentley approaching. And you go, something's off. And the more you watch, the more you see there's a specific way in which Bentley walks. There's a way in which everybody walks. There's a lot of mannerisms that are very hard to mimic. And a few of those are missing in the way that Bentley's moving. He never blinks. Got like pretty straight posture. Doesn't have a backpack or anything. It's just Bentley. Just walking towards your friends.
Okay. I'll head towards him and put my hand on his shoulder. Be like, hey, we got a big meeting coming up. I know it's you. Do you want to discuss this, or are you good to go?
Power move.
No sense hiding from you.
Nope.
We can discuss.
Okay.
I'm ready to do what needs to be done.
Okay.
Are you?
Yeah.
This world has borne so many horrors, and me among them.
Yeah, I would agree to that. All right. Well, here, come over here. It's we're kind of chatting about it, and
Very well.
I hope you know the thing that's coming like isn't the main. Like your goal is to kill.
It is an emissary.
Correct. Yeah. And so your goal is to kill like the main god of.
My goal is to kill it. And
Not the emissary,
everything
but
it stands for.
the thing that it reports to, right?
Both, if possible.
That makes sense.
In my defense, I was left unattended.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that at all. But
Your friend's parents are lovely.
amazing. What's in the box? So, in my opinion, you've got a tremendous amount of strength. I think it would be interesting if you could kill the lunar scion. I mean, you got a piece of it,
I did.
so you already resist it. It's pretty nuts.
More is preferable.
But I don't know what your strategy is. It seems counterproductive to just kill this emissary.
It might be, but
And it would also just be like really easy, I think, for you specifically. So if we were to not and use the emissary to our advantage and then maybe go meet it, have it take us back with it, then you could take out the big kahuna, and then it's easy pickings from there.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Let's go, baby.
Persuade him so hard.
Perswig.
You're playing to his ego, which is a great strategy.
Yeah.
That's
If
the
I'm being
plan.
honest, it's a great strategy.
That's all he is. That's all he is, ego.
13.
Ego Mortensen. 13?
Yeah.
Okay.
Move him on.
Not for persuasion.
Not for that. He's very good at a lot of things.
Just not risen something up.
Yeah.
Gotta improve your risk.
You want
I'm practicing right now.
to travel with you, with this visitor.
I don't think that it would willingly just take you, but me being the title that I have, I might have an easier time swaying it to take us both. Especially if we pretend for just a moment that we are aligned in that sense.
Deception is my expertise.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even asking you to blend in. Just be yourself. And it would be enough, I think.
Do you have your phone on you?
Yep.
Okay. Otherwise, everybody at the cave, as you start to push Slurp,
Yeah.
you see Milo walk up with the Oni. They're kind of deep in conversation. You are pushing the large one.
Yeah.
Why?
Bringing him to a hospital.
Why not just leave it here to rest?
Because there's stuff out here.
Yes,
Anything
but
could come
it
across
is
them.
large. What would hunt it? It looks diseased.
This is the Oni saying this?
Mhm. No predator would rightly eat it.
Potentially, but if
I just don't know what could happen.
if an Elgium walks out and Moon touches him while he's asleep, that's a problem.
He would be easy to kill.
Yeah.
It's not the goal here.
Yeah.
We don't want him to
Thanks
die.
for your input, though.
Happy to provide.
Anyways, can you help us push him?
No, this is far more amusing.
What a dick.
Yeah, we don't need
What
this
a
help.
dick. I'm gonna say that out loud and walk past him.
Yeah, makes no notion to deny. It's just, yeah.
I am a dick.
I mean, he killed Crash and stabbed Bentley through the stomach and killed like everything in Lake Lahana. So yeah, I think he qualifies as a dick.
All right.
CJ vouches for him, though.
Let's go.
What are you talking
He's
about?
good.
I made a joke to try and lighten the situation because she was clearly pissed. I don't like this guy.
You brought him to the group. He's like, he's changed now.
I brought him to the group
He'll protect us.
for you because I figured you could use him.
Let's roll out.
All right. So you guys push Slurp to the hospital.
I'll hang back with Milo.
All right.
But I'll inform Phoebe. Neek said in like your head. Neek said there's a weird doctor in there. Scary guy.
No, I know who he's talking about.
Okay.
Thanks.
Phoebe's like, again? Again with this man? Just clock him. Back of the head. Right here.
I will.
Right here, real quick.
I'm gonna point you guys to where Dr. Ulani is, and then I'm just gonna jump into a room.
Mm-hmm.
You know how all hospitals have a Bible?
Sure.
I'm gonna rummage around, find a Bible,
Be gone!
and I'm gonna have it on me.
Okay. The canonical Ridgemont
The good Lord's
Bible.
word.
The good Lord's word.
Okay.
King Ridgemont Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The Ridgemont Revised Bible.
Oh no. It's not canon.
Bring about only the balance sometimes.
Sometimes.
When it's
It's not even
convenient for
like
me.
clear. Yeah.
Okay, you find the Hospi Bible.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then I'm gonna.
You find the nondescript scripture book.
Yeah. It could be anything. And then I'm just gonna-
Insert a religious text here.
Now, I'm not
Okay.
seeking out Dr. King, but I'm going to catch up with them if I
Okay.
happen to see
Is
him.
it your intention to find him or just
Not
avoid
right now.
him?
Not right
So
now.
avoid
Right
him?
now, I want to avoid him. I just want to
Okay.
get Slurp to...
Okay. Because, I mean, you have ties to a certain individual that has a modicum of control over that entity. So if it is your intention to avoid him, it's pretty easy for you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I want to avoid him.
Okay. Yeah, then your instincts kind of kick in. You're like, duck into this hallway. Wait 13 seconds.
Nice.
Now move.
This is the coolest Phoebe's ever felt.
You get... you're
just instinctually, like...
You're Thomas Anderson in the
Yeah,
office
yeah.
building. You're like, duck.
Yeah.
Now move.
Yeah.
Damn.
Get down.
All right,
But I'm
Phoebe.
doing it all on instinct.
This is pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Okay. You sneak your way.
Extremely low risk situation, but I love it.
Yeah. You're kind of popping through. A couple of your coworkers are
We're
like,
gonna die anyway,
there's
so I don't know
Phoebe.
why you're doing this.
like, that's Phoebe for you, but you seem to be avoiding the detection of this individual.
All right.
Hey, Dr. King! I'm looking for Dr. King!
Oh my god. I swear to god. That's when I stab CJ.
I want to be a pirate!
I want to be a pirate. I want to be a pirate.
All right. Anything else anybody would like to handle? Any discussions you want to have? Anybody want to write out a will and testament?
Kind of.
Already did.
If we're like that, we're gonna fast forward at this point. Is that what you're saying?
Unless anybody has anything else pressing they want to do.
Yeah, I mean, Bentley could do that, like, in Rose's room while he's still just sitting with her. Like, if a nurse or a doctor comes in, like, hey, I need you to fill out some paperwork, and that's part of it, Bentley would fill that out, and, like, in the case of, like, my demise, leave my Pokemon to the Woods family estate.
Okay.
But other than that, just still sitting in the hospital room with Rose for as long as I possibly can before they, like, have to, like, drag me out of the room, basically.
Okay.
Hey, Drew.
Yes.
Is it possible? I know it's
No.
not like the actual game itself. Could I put every single one of my team members away? Where
Yeah.
I have none?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can have nobody with you.
I'm going to do that.
Okay.
Professor Oak says there's a time and a place for
Yeah,
that. No,
I know.
you
That's
can't.
what I was
have at least one thing that I can destroy. Yeah, you can put them all away.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I'm
That is
gonna-
absolutely a thing you can do.
go into the tall grass, D. Are you insane? You don't have a Pokemon.
You don't have Pokemon. Go back inside your house. You have no one to help you if you get into a fight.
I hit him with my trident.
Starts his
Okay.
whole adventure anew from square one.
Yeah.
Okay. So you put your whole team away.
Yeah, and I'm kind of just hanging out with Milo, mentally talking. Just hope your plan works. Whatever you got cooking, buddy. And if you need it, just let me know. Need help?
Will do.
Okay.
I would like to spend a little bit of time with Wadsworth and Monty. We are going to kind of link minds for a little bit. To simplify it, Doctor Strange this for a little bit and just
Yeah.
go through some different...
Some permutations.
Yes.
Okay.
Monty having gone through the tasks that he has and has the new strategic thinking that he has. Clue him in kind of on what's going on and what the intentions are between the three of us. Come up with other contingency plans. Hope that his role here is to similarly be an anchor like he was to help us out previously.
Yeah.
To come back. That's why I need him here. And
Yeah.
he understands that. It sucks, but he gets it. So, we're just going to go through all that, have every potential path accounted for. We'll get up, look at each other, big hug, probably some tears. I'm going to call back Monty, keep him in his ball for now.
Yeah.
And then just me, Wadsworth, the Oni, and potentially D eventually catch up with everyone else and start heading that direction.
Okay. You start to feel some beings arrive. Subtle at first. Get a little ping from the Venom Queen. Heading down from the Amberite Sierras via the tunnels. And then flying overhead, the father of drakes, making his move. 2 earthen forms kind of tunneling alongside one another. The Rainmaker you've felt close by for a while now, but the Firewalker, Spark Striker, making their way in. The Scion of the Winds flying pretty far overhead, but barely detectable for you. A new sort of very, very faint. It's like the echo of a whisper in terms of stuff that you've detected in the past. But flying up with the Scion of the Winds is like the most subtle solar insignia.
Okay.
Just the slightest bit.
Okay.
Like peeking through a little bit of mesh and then a pane of glass through water.
Okay.
It is barely detectable.
Okay.
But all of these entities start to kind of close in on the large field south of Ambercrag.
Okay.
Feel the tide collar out at sea kind of making his way closer and further in.
Is everybody present
seems
for
to be
this?
collecting.
I definitely want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Drew.
Yes.
Quick retcon, actually.
Yeah?
I'm only going to be bringing Haka.
Okay, bring Haka with you, but nobody else.
Yeah.
Okay.
That way you
Sorry.
follow the rules.
No.
So you don't cheat.
So you can go into tall grass without being yelled at.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay.
Gonna hand you Monty's Pokeball.
Okay.
Right. There's a handoff. Monty's ball arrives with Phoebe.
Anybody want to put anybody away before whatever happens?
I'm just gonna have Claremont and then Tito.
Okay.
I don't like
Yeah.
have Tito.
Tito's like, the bug out word is run.
Sounds good.
Fireworks.
he's like, I will literally run as fast as I can cartwheel.
That's fair.
Just roll away.
Is Bentley regrouped with everybody, or?
If you'd like to be.
Yeah, I mean, eventually, but I would just leave Mortar out, but for the capacity of watching over Slurp, like he has been with Crash. Like, he's not with me, but he is out, and then obviously Rose is out, but Rose is getting surgery and being tended to, and yada. But
right.
other than that, nobody's out.
So Mortar is in the hazmat unit with
Yes.
Dr. Ulani and
Yeah.
Slurp.
Yeah. For context, when I think for you two as well, we're like they're in the PC, like in, not
Yes.
even like on our
Yes.
belts.
Okay.
Who are?
Nobody.
Ev-
like I
like
have
everyone.
Wadsworth out, and like everyone else is in the PC. Like
Yeah.
I have no one on me.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know that I would do that, but
That's what I'm just wanted to clarify.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I have certain Pokeballs on my belt, but I'm not planning to send anybody out.
Okay. As the Scions begin to coalesce, the soul of the Fae, the shackled nightmare, even the grave tender. But he stays at a pretty far distance away. Because he's hecka weak to lunar type. So he's not getting any closer. The shackled nightmare, it's worth noting, also weak to it, doesn't seem to mind. It's just out, floating. Doesn't care. That thing is the embodiment of fear, it does not have it itself. As the hour approaches midnight, the
Wow.
second month of your 3-month clock is about to tick over. There is a very strong sense of just dread hanging in the air above each and every one of you. As we stand in this field and you stare up at the night sky, never before has a full moon seemed so threatening. As you can now see very clearly the intake of air and the exhalation on its surface. And there is a large crack that runs through about a third of the moon. And as we're all standing in this field, that overwhelming sense of dread just kind of creeps over you. What's everybody's intelligence score? So Phoebe and Milo are unaffected by this sense of dread. Bentley, D, CJ, Haka. all of you just kind of feel heavy and sluggish. The air it's like walking through a very thick fog, but it's kind of clinging to you. For the time being, you all have a -5 to attack rolls. I don't think any of the tots have an intelligence score of 10 or less. You're at 12, right? So you're okay?
He's
No,
at
I'm 10.
You're at 10?
Yeah.
Okay. CJ, you cannot look directly at the moon or the thing that's coming down. Your eyes are diverted against your will to the ground.
Even though I've already been there?
Yeah. Arguably, especially because you've already been there.
Yeah, for real.
Wadsworth's
what
repping a
horrors
20.
await.
Is he okay?
Wadsworth is fine. If your intelligence score is 18 or above, you ignore all of these effects.
Okay.
If it is below, you start to have debilitating effects. All of you notice the wildlife around you silences. All of the chittering of various critters, bird song, even like late night crows, bugs. It is dead silent, and there are creatures all around you that are just staring directly at the floor. Everything has stopped.
Yeesh.
As everything just stares down. The Scions are unaffected, as they just sit in a patient stance, just waiting for the arrival of their new sibling. As the emissary floats down in the pale moonlight, the sort of dark, bandage, shadow-like skin of this thing hovering down, these horrible blue appendages sticking out of the end of what should be its arms and its legs. Innumerable red eyes that shift and shimmer. A sort of gold cowl and blue ribbon hang from its neck, and a thin weave of like silver hair floats as a cloak of shadows clings to its back. It's the emissary of the Lunarch. Stares down at all of you. All of the Scions give a nod, a cautious one, but a nod of respect to this entity, this emissary.
I'll follow suit. I'll do that too.
Okay.
Like grudgingly.
Yeah, same here.
Okay.
Just follow Milo's lead, basically.
Okay. The Oni stands tall,
That's fine.
makes no attempt to show respect, but doesn't move, just sits there. There's an element of just tension hovering in the skies above you as the emissary plants two of its large, spindly feet to the ground, and the grass around it withers and dies. There's a corrupting influence to the presence of this thing. And as some of you feel your eyes pushed to the ground, others of you feel this sluggish feeling in the air. Phoebe and Milo are able to stand tall if they wish and meet the eyeline of this thing, but it is unnerving to do so. There's this mockery of everything human in there. It's like looking at your own shadow in this horrible, warped darkness. As it beckons its hands out, it almost looks like it's being puppeteered. There's an awkward nature to the way its limbs move. It's a very robotic feeling as everything shifts into place. Brothers and sisters, worms, mulch, I come to you this evening to announce our impending arrival. In 1 month's time, your queen will hatch. And when she does, this realm will welcome her with open arms. it will die on its crushed knees and nourish the ground she walks on. When our queen arrives, this world shall be her vassal. All that she requires will be given to her. Meet these demands, and you will exist beyond her arrival. Decline and be destroyed.
Are any of the Scions looking to lead this side of the conversation?
3 Scions, very quickly,
Okay.
move to join the Emissary.
Oh. Okay. Which ones?
The Soul of the Fae,
Figures.
the Shackled Nightmare,
Not surprised.
and the Son of the Earth, the Onyx.
Interesting.
Moves
okay.
immediately. As the Son of the Earth moves, Thuaban motions to stop him, takes a deep breath, and lowers his eyes and just remains.
Could D make his way over just near the tide collar? And he'll
Yeah.
kind of stand at hit side.
Yeah.
And what's he doing? Or do I get a sense of like
He
his...
looks at the 5 of you with like the saddest expression, but doesn't move. But he's just... But he doesn't make any noise. He just floats and thinks. Got the Rainmaker, the Firewalker, and the Spark Striker all seated nearby, kind of nuzzling into one another, excited to see each other, but terrified at the
Terrible
reason
time.
that they're here.
And so the Onyx, Caphagrius, and Diancie are effectively pledging their fealty to this thing. Correct?
They're basically saying, don't mess with us, we won't stop you.
Okay.
Mm.
That's the whole point of today,
Gotcha.
is to determine what the resistance might be.
Right.
But as the Soul of the Fae kind of shoots over to the side, the Shackled Nightmare just lurches forward, kind of floating its shackled body, just chained to the ground. The Emissary just kind of gently caresses the padlocks on the outside. In our world, her world, there is no need to shackle fear, for there shall be none that we cannot face together. And there's this deeply uncomfortable, audible moaning from the Shackled Nightmare. Salil, floating above, motions down towards you, Milo,
Mm-hmm.
and just starts kind of thinking in your general direction.
Mm-hmm.
I have something for you.
Okay.
When the time is right, look to the skies.
Okay.
If it's still your intention to do what you said.
Got it.
Your time was cut short. I have something that should help, I hope. I cannot be directly involved, but I wanted to witness.
Fair enough.
Best of luck.
Thank you. Everyone else is still just kind of head low. No one's,
They're all meeting its eyes,
yeah.
but no one wants to be the first.
The
The Venom Queen is visibly like salivating. But just looking at Milo with like one eye, but is trying to play it cool. But it's just like,
Alright.
is anyone going to speak? Or should we perhaps do something else?
So, I'll step forward a little bit and address the emissary.
Brightest of worms, ascended from the flock. Hello, brother.
Hello.
So good to meet in person.
Yeah, it's
I have
pretty
long
wild.
felt your interference in our plans.
interesting.
I wonder what good we could do together. You were to join the winning side.
Well, table that for a second. Is there anything else we should call you? Like, obviously, Her Royalty Kufash Alkamar has a beautiful name. Do you have one yourself?
I do not. I exist merely to extend her will to this wretched ball in space.
Interesting. I just want to be the first to say that, we know the greatness that she has. The world could not exist without her. To a degree, we do need to welcome her here and bring her within this planet and all the other powers that be. I don't think that strategically it makes sense to eliminate any others from existence, just as we wouldn't want to eliminate hers.
Precisely why I'm here.
Perfect.
To negotiate a peaceful transition of power.
Okay.
If an accord can be reached with your kind, if they can see past the edge of their greedy noses, to realize the bounty that awaits them in the stars. You are intelligent enough. Surely you see the folly of resistance.
Yeah. I've seen it in person. I've seen it in my dreams. It's hard for me to see a way in which resistance pulls through in a way that is beneficial for times after that.
Precisely. You received the vision, did you not?
Mm-hmm.
We showed it to you in the cave.
Yeah.
We have shown you all you must do to join us. You can be the shepherd, he who walks in both worlds. It was always who you were meant to be, what you were meant to do. We gave you the vision, and you followed the path beautifully.
So, instead of foreseeing or continuing along, because that doesn't seem like a very productive way to do this, what if we discuss other strategic options? Such as, I have the ability to see where each of these elements take root and have access to the world's strongest weapon, and I'll look to the Oni, who has the power to destroy said power should it resist. What if we go with, and then from the viewpoint of seeing the planet, help come up with an even better plan?
You wish to join the Queen on her holy throne.
I would like to not be here when it happens.
My brother, you all may have a seat at the table to watch the world be born anew. You can watch the worms turn to mulch and nourish the grounds, and you and your children can be born anew. Fear not the void, brothers and sisters, for it is within you will be given a new purpose. Hark now, siblings, to the Queen of the Stars, who shall reshape the cosmos in her eternal image. The Prime Mind himself sees the wisdom in this decision. Join us, and you can watch as the humans who have squandered your gifts and destroyed your land are drowned in their own hubris.
So are the other three, Diancie, the Onyx, and the Shackled Nightmare, all coming as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're all
I
hanging around.
would like to posit. I think that one there, and I'll point to the Onyx, is way too emotionally invested on this side and strategically doesn't make sense to be on this end. And it may be more... it would behoove us both strategically and... maybe from a battle perspective interesting if he didn't come.
All right. The son of the earth shoots you the dirtiest look.
Drink it in.
You think I am unable to wage battle against my father?
Point in case.
And the emissary goes, I could not agree more. And points a hand towards the snake of stone.
Uh-oh.
Milo's over here playing with fucking fire.
This was the Onyx you were talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Points a finger out,
Now it's a bunch of pebbles.
and the onyx crumples to the ground. And its eyes just kind of start to bulge as if it's in a vacuum. There is no place for emotional outbursts in the Queen's new world. We all serve the collective. You understand. And it swipes its fingers, and the onyx just tumbles across the field.
Oh my god, that's so scary.
Rest assured, brothers and sisters, he will survive. You will have him back when our queen is done. All right, everybody. One of the Scions just got stunned for a month.
It's a long time.
So that's pretty rough. I mean, there are ways for it to fix that, but until then. The collapse of his son does cause Thulban to kind of move over and hover over top just to protect. And you can see that it's almost like a seizure. The onyx is just kind of shaking its head. Its eyes have rolled back and are kind of bulging. And there's just this weird, awful, black caustic foam just pooling out of its mouth.
Okay.
An excellent call.
Thank you.
You will make a fine tactician for the Queen's forces. This brings us such joy.
Well, I think we have all we need then.
As sad as I am to see the rest of our siblings unwilling to compromise, they will find their humility on the battlefield and walking across the bones of their children.
What a sentence.
I suppose there's nothing left but for us to leave. I would say your goodbyes to your fellow worms. You will not see them again before the battle is done.
Before whatever happens, can I want to say something to Milo, in head?
Yeah.
Sure you know what you're doing?
Hope so.
Well, miss you.
Bentley's just gonna look between D and Milo and kind of sense, without having the power to sense, that they're saying it's gonna be all right. We have a plan. Then Bentley will just nod at D and nod at Milo and not say anything, but kind of implicitly understand that they have a plan and gotta stick to it.
Yeah.
Just say you better come back.
If you don't, I'll kill you.
As the various Scions look around, a lot of them look to Milo with a sense of betrayal And some of them give you a knowing nod. Of like, I understand this is the choice you have to make in this moment. It is better to watch the destruction from afar, knowing that you can save some of the ones that you love. As Wadsworth stands with you, or is he away? Is he out?
No, he's out.
He's out?
He's out.
He'll kind of wrap his hand around yours, squeeze you pretty tight, and just thinks to you, no matter what, it has been an honor, young master.
So much the same, dude.
And he's kind of like breathing heavy. Whatever happens, make it home. As you start to take your steps to join the emissary, the sort of heavy feeling in the air dissipates for you and Wadsworth. It's a little easier for you to walk. Your perception is a billion as you look around this field of scions and powerful beings. Off in the distance, you see Alnamir, someone you haven't seen in months.
Mhm.
Look up with confusion at kind of what's going on, sensing he just has no part in this, sees that you're making a decision and just goes. And he just kind of gets low and you just see a wolven snout just poking out of a bush nearby. Just watching.
Respect. I don't know what he found, but hopefully it was good.
He will...
I don't
kind
think he can't get it to me at this point.
No,
so
he
it
just
is
kind
what
of
it is.
flares his snout and just gets low and is like, I'm here.
Okay.
But he's like, clearly this is a bad time. I'll just chill here. You go do your thing. The Oni kind of steps up alongside you, Milo.
Mhm.
It will be good to watch this world burn. The emissary looks down. They have hurt you so much. It is only right you hurt them back. Come with us, child. We will make it right. Would anybody like to do anything in these moments? As Milo is slowly walking towards the emissary, with Wadsworth hand in hand, the Oni walking alongside.
Can Bentley just do like a general insight check into Milo deciding to go with the emissary and just kind of get like a feel for like what the odds of this succeeding are going to be? It just for flavor, really. He's not going to like say anything or do anything. It's more just like what his gut feeling tells him in this moment. Crit.
Crit?
Yeah.
You tell me. You know as much as I do. How do you feel in this moment?
I think at
emissary.
first Bentley implicitly knows that this has a very, very, very low chance of success, but then like he feels like the golden staghorn necklace against his chest and just starts to get like a gut feeling of like, no, I think this is the right call. Like I think we're gonna be okay, or like as okay as we can be. And he's kind of like, the terror that he's experiencing kind of washes away and he just kind of feels like at peace with the decision and like fully trusting his childhood friend, now prime mind, to make the best decision on behalf of the planet. And if it doesn't work out, it's like, well, we tried.
Okay. Would anybody else like to do anything? Say anything? Think anything?
Putting my hand on the tide collar, can I get a sense of what he's feeling in this moment?
He's got a real fast heartbeat.
Yeah? Like nervous?
He's feeling tense.
Okay. Like he's about to kind of act, but like is trying to keep it calm?
He's more ready to react.
Okay.
This is a very tense situation where a lot of the Scions just didn't know where the others stood.
I'd say for D, putting my hand on tide collar, our heartbeats would probably sync, even though probably not medically
Yeah, medically
Possible?
unlikely, but
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
I think a whale's heartbeat's
Yeah.
probably like, I don't know, 16 times a minute or something, but it's like 4 billion gallons. I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Some stupid.
I'm not a biologist.
Billion.
But I
I'm
will.
marine biologist.
I will convey the
Yeah.
emotion to him
Mhm.
to like be calm. He's got this.
He's like, that's why I'm worried.
And then that's all I'm doing is I'm making sure that he's good. You know, this giant god, but you know, small 16 boys making sure that a god's fine.
Yeah. CJ, you want to do anything? Say anything? Think anything?
Just mentally, I'll just think to Milo, make it count.
All right. As you join the emissary on the other side of the field, you look out at your friends. You see them all standing there. Wadsworth at your side, projecting his incredible aura as he always does. Also helping to keep you safe from just this feeling of dread that hangs in the air. Doesn't really do anything for the pounding in your chest of your heart when you realize that you are so close to achieving greatness. And you feel another signal approaching. It's approaching very quickly. As the Slayer of Men breaks the tree line with Blue in tow. A set of leathery, bat-like wings hanging from the back of her coat, and a book at her side. It seems we must leave. Are
Yep.
you ready?
Yep.
As the emissary kind of cloaks the group that has decided to leave, the Slayer of Men leaps not towards you or the emissary. It leaps towards Bentley Woods. Milo Reuter.
Mm-hmm.
There are creatures in Dungeons and Dragons that have the ability to act on other people's turns. They have legendary reactions. Are you one of these creatures?
I would hope so.
Okay. As you see this creature leaping towards Bentley,
Mm-hmm.
with Blue close at hand, Helios in tow, pointing out with a hand, there he is. Slay him and my power is yours. As the Slayer of Men closes in on the one that poured so much into that Heartstone, what is your legendary reaction in this moment? Because the Oni is going to take an action as well.
Oh, you dum-dum.
As the Oni sees the Slayer of Men, and its claws elongate, and it leaps out to meet it.
No, you can't, you idiot.
So Milo Reuter,
Yeah.
What's your reaction?
are you a legendary creature? This is an attack coming in at Bentley Woods that will kill him if it hits. If the Oni impacts first, a bomb will go off,
Yeah.
ruining this plan.
Bentley will just snap think to Milo, like stick to the plan.
Milo Reuter,
Yeah.
what is your legendary reaction? Do you want your options?
Yeah, sure, let's hear
Okay.
him.
You can teleport Bentley away so that the Slayer of Men misses.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do that, the Oni will hit.
Yeah.
You can teleport the Oni away, in which case you will arrive on the moon without the Oni.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can teleport the Slayer of Men away before you leave, which will leave Blue in a field with all of the Guardians and your friends.
You're the last.
Or
But it will
option
also...
D, where you just go with the Oni, with the emissary to the moon, and let what happens happen.
That is not one of the options. You can teleport a creature as a legendary reaction. I will allow that much. Because ordinarily, Milo has to go with the thing being teleported.
But couldn't he teleport the Oni like back to where the Oni started? Of like just like,
It hasn't moved yet.
Oh, okay.
This Milo is acting on something else's turn if he's a legendary creature.
I hate that question.
Otherwise, the chips are falling where they
God.
may.
That's so heavy.
Mhm.
Pick number 3, my lord.
That's what D said.
Yeah. If you teleport the Slayer of Men, you can tell me where it goes. And it will go there.
Oh, snap!
If you teleport Blue, the Slayer of Men will be unattended.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
should push
Stop.
come to shove and that Master Ball be deactivated, it doesn't have to follow orders anymore.
Ooh.
But depending on how long it takes for that to happen, your friends will have to survive in the ring with the Slayer of Men.
Guess what? I'm a
might have the
woman.
title. But we're gonna take it.
It can't slay me. I'm a woman.
I'm the slayer of it.
I am no man.
After
Slayer of
this,
men.
after this reaction triggers, Milo will be gone with the Emissary.
Okay.
Milo is going to determine if he's a legendary creature, what happens to everybody in this field. Milo Rooter.
Mm-hmm.
One final time I'll ask you.
Yeah.
Are you a legendary creature?
Yes.
You're a legendary creature?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Wow,
What's your
what a
decision?
legend.
Is Tito a legendary creature?
No.
Damn.
Not yet.
Worth asking.
I really didn't want to, but
What's your decision?
I feel like that is the only point at this juncture.
Because what you get to do is you get to take a legendary reaction, and then following whatever happens that, you get to act immediately with a legendary action. And you get to do something else.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what that thing is after you tell me your
How
decision.
far
Legend.
can I teleport one of
You
them?
tell me where
Yeah.
they're going,
Okay.
and they will land there.
The ever
So
expanding
depending
universe.
on who
A
you
black
send
hole.
where, I will remind everyone here, the only reason Fola survived was because Blue was there.
It's true.
So deleting her solves this problem.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Send
no,
one
no.
of them
But
to the Inception
condemns
planet where,
every
like,
city.
A minute is like
I
7
know
years.
what I'm doing.
Deleting her.
Here we go.
I mean,
Okay.
I would like
What is your legendary reaction?
to teleport the Urshifu
Okay.
to Hillmouth.
Okay. As the Slayer of Men is approaching Bentley Woods, Helios floating behind Blue, the demonic pact between the two of them hanging at her belt, the power to save this world, and all I ask is the head of one child. The Slayer of Men is inches from Bentley Woods, rocketing in at hundreds of feet per second. No one else even perceives its arrival. But you reach out your hand, and it folds through space as the Slayer of Men is deposited in Hillmouth, moving at the speed it was, into the wall of a quarry. At the rate that it can travel, you've got about 40 minutes before it's back.
Okay.
As Blue
damn.
cries out, You're the new one, aren't you? Milo Rooter,
Yep.
as a legendary creature,
Uh-huh.
as you look towards your friends, a sort of pale porcelain visage has overtaken most of Milo's face. Very little skin is remaining. You've got these long, sort of billowing robes growing from the back of your neck, allowing you to hover in a rudimentary fashion. Your eyes have gone to fully vertical slits, and they glow in the dark, a bright green. as they hover across. Your hands now have 2 fingers and a thumb each. You've got one of these going.
Yeah.
And your feet dangle about a foot above the ground as you save Bentley Woods. You turn to the Emissary. You see the Oni look at both of you. Claws come out and it leaps back towards you. The Emissary is going to teleport you, the Diancie, and the Shackled Nightmare to the moon. You have the option right now to bring the Oni with you.
I can only bring one thing.
You can bring 2 things with you.
Okay.
You can use a legendary action right now to teleport with the Lunarch and up to 2 creatures of your choice.
Bring Tito.
So we're going with, but I want to make sure it's the Oni and Wadsworth.
Okay. Oni and Wadsworth?
Yeah.
Okay.
If those are the only 2 things, if I can, I'll bring the Oni and Helios.
That's how they look at you.
But what? Fancy boy.
I can
Okay.
only bring 2.
Could I?
I need everyone else to leave the room. Milo Reuter.
Yep.
As you bring the Oni and Helios into a moment where the Emissary is bringing you away. Faster than light, flying down towards you, is Salil, who, in a brief flash, you're able to detect with your new enhanced senses, as a jar of dust is opened and thrown upon you.
Love it. Okay.
Sacred ash, as
Amazing.
promised.
Amazing.
Changing your fundamental structure to temporarily
Yes.
be psychic and solar type.
Okay.
So Prime Mind, fully realized. Mega Alakazam form,
Yeah.
floating about, sacrificing every fiber of yourself to buy your friends some time. As you and Helios, much to his surprise, and the Emissary arrive on the surface of the moon, the psychic stone no longer visibly present on your arm.
Okay.
The Oni leaps towards you and kind of slashes up your forearm where it should have been. And a claw collides with Helios, who is sent stumbling back. Helios, being an unwelcome visitor in space, finds himself very quickly unable to breathe. I need Milo Reuter and the Oni and the Emissary to roll for initiative.
Okay.
The Emissary, for now,
Am I
will
rolling
be
for
helping you.
Okay, am I rolling for the Oni or no?
I'll roll for the Oni.
Okay.
You just have to roll for you. So Milo Reuter,
Yeah.
as you are slashed up the arm by the Oni, I will actually roll to hit you. I'll make
Okay.
it fair, because it might matter. The Oni rolls not particularly well. You still have your dice, by the way,
Yep.
that you can use.
I know.
You know what? I'll give him disadvantage because he did teleport. It's a 16 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay.
I've rolled my dice and I don't think any of them are low enough to make a difference.
Okay. So he will kind of slash you up the arm with those tormenting claws, which might matter. You take 3 points of necrotic damage,
Okay.
and your maximum hit points are reduced by 3.
Okay.
You're a legendary creature, so your hit points are much more than they represent on your sheet now.
Okay.
You do have a lingering wound. Your concentration checks are now a minimum of 15 from that lingering wound. We'll see if that matters, though. Because as we jump into actual initiative, that was the Oni's turn. The Emissary looks down to you. Fear not, brother. I will keep us safe. It is not welcome here.
Do I have... I can't say anything yet till my turn.
You're a legendary creature,
Okay.
so you can speak whenever.
Say it's merely a machine gone rogue because it sensed a new power it had not obtained. If you can open its innards and expose its power core, I can shut it down.
Easily done. As the Oni gets a 2 on the die for a saving throw here. And is charmed by the Emissary for a month.
Wow.
As it looks up towards the
Wow.
Emissary, the voice of the Lunarch bellows. You are now on the moon,
Mm-hmm.
staring around in space, with no need to breathe anymore. You're beyond that. You've got this sort of radiant energy hovering around you as you see Helios on the surface, leaning up, gasping for air but finding none and finding it only being pushed out of his body. You see that solar potential just hovering in the air, and you feel nothing for him. As the Emissary looks to you and sees the Oni before you. As you are a legendary creature, I will let you know that one of your legendary actions, for the time being, given what's in front of you, is overload the core.
Okay. Can I perceive or insight the other 2 Scions? Or did they not come?
They came. They just look very alarmed.
Okay.
Diancy's like, wow.
Yeah.
Who's this little fellow hovering over Helios? Who's like,
In my knowledge that I have or have recently gained, do either of them have like the core stone, so to speak?
the Shackled Nightmare is
the
within that
or dark, excuse me.
Yes, within that coffin is the dark stone. Because it has to be kept away from the light or it will be deleted. And if you sort of delete the darkness, you're left with very little else.
Okay.
It's worth noting he's a scion of a Darkstone.
Okay. Not
there will always... A Darkstone is kind of an anomaly in that there will always be one.
Okay.
If you destroy one, another strong condensing of darkness will appear.
Okay. Well, then in that case, screw him. I'm going to ask, in probably their delight, if the soul of the Fae will help in restraining the Oni, and if the Shackled Nightmare will fear it into paralysis, knowing that that's not really necessary, but playing into their strengths, see if they will.
Those two are like, oh, absolutely.
Okay. I would like to take out, just for fun, the changed bomb that I built with D, knowing that this could potentially be the moment. Thank him mentally.
Yeah.
Tell the group this will disable his power for a time. Now we'll place it in, and then with as much power as I can muster, detonate that sucker.
Okay. Milo Rooter. I would like you to make a very important roll for me. One with emphasis, if you will. I would love for you to roll 2 d20s. But before you do, I want you to understand the potential consequences.
Okay.
Because your limited prescience has grown pretty substantial. On a high roll, the energy released by the Oni's destruction will open a hole in both space and time.
Yes.
Large enough to pull your moon somewhere else. if you were to be pulled with it, you could detonate your own stone to throw yourself back through that wormhole.
Okay.
And potentially return.
Okay.
That is one avenue that lies before you.
Okay.
The other, the Oni explodes on sight, but that wormhole doesn't open.
Okay, we're 100%
And the
going,
moon
yeah.
implodes,
Okay.
leaving the Earth without a moon and causing the lunar forces to counterattack immediately.
Yeah.
But also leaving them in dire need of a commander.
Uh-huh.
So,
Mm-hmm.
I would love for you to roll with emphasis, please. Not an easy choice.
This is just a straight roll.
It is 2 d20s.
2 d20s, that's right.
Whichever one is further from 10 is the result we are
that's
going
right,
with.
That's right.
If you roll,
Oh.
for example, if you roll an 8 and a 12, we're going to do it again.
Okay.
If you roll an 8 and a 15,
The 15.
you get the quote-unquote good ending. But, Milo Rooter, I would love very much... Oh, hold on. Wait.
Help me, everybody. I'm summoning a spirit bomb. I need everyone's energy.
help on the map.
I know. I need everybody's energy. Please. Please. Alright.
I apologize for the jittery nature of that zoom in, but I would like for you all, if possible, to see Milo's rolls with emphasis.
Here's the thing, right? This is so important.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll my die, my Milo die. I've had this from the get-go. These are the boarding party colors.
Yes.
They've always been Milo's die or violet because of color.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll the die that Devin got me because he helped me make this bomb.
Okay.
So we can have that piece in
I
there.
believe in you. Because we've reached a point of no return. The Oni is going to explode.
Yeah.
That core is going to overload, and no fewer than 12 source stones are going to be detonated in quick succession. And then you have Diancie, and you have Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
the dark stone. I know.
I don't think I need to say any more. Here we go.
I can't look, dude. A 12 and an 8.
A 12 and an 8!
Unbelievable.
Please roll again.
Can you see it on there? For the world. 18 and a 12.
18 and a 12. Okay.
on my Milo die. God.
12 and an 18, both above 10 for good measure. Milo Rooter, legendary creature, the Prime Mind. To look back one last time towards Earth, think out a quick thank you, quick warning. Think of all your friends back down there. You know that you've been cut, but Wadsworth is not by your side. And as such, whatever happens next is whatever happens next. As you force this device towards the Oni and compress a cataclysmic amount of psionic energy into this stone, the emissary, the eyes widen, and it looks to you. Traitorous! As you feel the ground beneath your feet crack and shatter, there is a sudden friction behind you as gravity is suddenly reversing, as a rift begins to tear through space. Everything around you slows down. Helios is blasted to pieces, and that solar essence just drifts through this space and off into another world. Roll me a d6.
As you wish. A 2.
A 2? Okay. As that tear opens up, you see a world below you. An unsuspecting world. Unprepared for
Yeah.
what is about to be deposited on it.
Uh-huh.
Similar to yours, but the ocean here is much more vast. But it has a moon. And you pray to the stars that your plan succeeds, as the cratered moon from your world is shunted into that one You see the emissary beginning to just eviscerate and tear itself open. You sense no lunar being resting in the moon
Okay.
that is now rushing towards you
Okay.
and yours.
Okay. Okay.
I need to roll a dexterity save for the moon, of all things. Okay. Milo Rooter,
Yeah.
do you want to use one of your dice?
I mean, the best I can give it is a 12.
Okay. Because I'm going to roll with emphasis.
Okay.
On a low roll, the moons will collide,
Mm-hmm.
and a damaged moon will arrive in both worlds.
Okay.
On a success, gravity will work such
That
the
they
rift
orbit
opens
each other.
wide enough that they will orbit just around
Okay.
and deposit. I will tell you one of the rolls.
Mhm.
Do you want to know the one that was above or the one that was below?
The below one.
7.
That's not terrible. Okay.
Do you want to let it ride?
What do you mean?
Do you want to let it ride?
Oh, as it is.
You can switch it.
Or
You can
switch
one of
it.
them.
With one of mine.
Uh-huh.
So I can swap the 7 to a 6. That's the lowest I can do, or I can potentially
You
swap or
want,
reduce.
you want the roll to be higher.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. So then let's make the 7 a 12.
7 and 12?
Yeah.
Okay. The other one was a 16. I was just kind of
Oh,
messing
nice.
with you. But
Nice. Okay.
guarantees. All right. As those moons are being pulled towards one another, and this rift tears open, the energy being released is starting to kind of pull you apart. And you hold on with all of your energy between these two bodies as they are twisting through. Thankfully, you no longer need to hold your breath. But as you are just helping to guide these two incredible moments, a new moon shunts into your world, and another rift tears open in space on the other side. Smaller, very small, but then another, and another,
Okay.
and another.
This is not good.
As more and more of these rifts and tears are ripping open from your world, that largest one still stands before you.
Mm-hmm.
And as those moons are about to reach their sort of apogee, they start to pull back together again.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to close that portal.
Okay. Are you asking me how I'm gonna do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
This was your plan, man.
Yeah. No, I know.
How you go fix it?
Fully aware.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Again, you're a legendary creature.
Yeah.
You just gotta tell me what you want to do.
I'm trying to legendarily do things that I already can.
Okay.
Let me just.
Because you did absorb some more
Yeah.
power in recent days.
Can I try to convert some of the energy that is creating these rifts into like moonstones, for sake of example?
I would allow it.
It would be the one right above the runes for convert.
Mhm.
So I know it's lunar corruption, but I'm trying to think if it's like lunar energy, and I can convert that energy into something else to take away the energy that it has to reduce the rift, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Or potentially consume it.
You want to
What-
consume the rift energy?
I mean, if the conversion doesn't work, that's the backup.
Okay. Here's what I'll say. If you convert the energy
Mhm.
into stones,
Hmm.
it's very likely those will fall to Earth.
Okay.
And there is a slim chance that they might pepper the surface.
Okay.
But if they're pretty small, it'll probably burn up in the atmosphere. If you consume it,
Hmm.
you might become the strongest being ever, which might get the attention of
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
certain entities.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Okay.
Either way, it would be a roll with emphasis again.
Okay,
'Cause
so
this-
yeah,
all of this stuff is just going to occur.
I
The
would
question
like-
is it good or bad?
to try to convert it
Okay.
knowingly. I want to, based on what's happened, the biggest one I want to try to convert to a water stone.
Yeah.
and then the rest on other ones that I know were damaged, like the fire stone or like the steel stone that's been, I don't know, well, whatever. You get what I'm
you
trying
want
to
to convert this raw potential energy into source stones
do. If possible.
and then send them down.
Yes.
Okay. Milo Rooter,
Yeah.
please roll with emphasis.
Okay.
I will allow you, because I'm not going to do the punch zooms on this one.
Mm-hmm.
I will allow you to use your dice
Mm-hmm.
on these,
But
you're running out of dice.
I
if
don't
you
have
do that.
I don't have any, so
Yeah.
they'd all be bad.
Yeah.
16 and a 13.
Oh, you luck out again. All right, Milo Rooter, as you are floating in space, trying to get a grasp of this, you feel a voice prying into your mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's Wadsworth. Please be okay. Why didn't he take me with him? He has to still be out there. Nothing could have survived that. And you take that moment, and you start to collapse this chaotic energy as that moon is flying closer and closer to you. That rift is getting nearer and nearer. You just grab the ends and you slam it together, and you are surrounded by a ton of these geodes. You start to just connect them together and infuse them with some of this energy. This legendary power. As you create these new stones, a new dark stone forms in the void around you, fully prepared to start anew. One not built on fear, but just the absence of light.
Okay.
One built on fire, ready to reignite the sparks. One built of grass, ready to actually bring balance to nature. One of water to replace the one that was shattered. And a number of other stones that all collide and coalesce into this large prismatic array behind you. Prime Mind Milo Rooter.
Mm-hmm.
How you getting home?
I'm not between planes like before, but
No, you are fully just in space.
yeah.
Standing, well, hovering near a new moon. Slightly smaller in size, but otherwise not an egg.
Okay. I am going to cast a rune of might on myself,
Okay.
and then
4 spectral arms appear around you, as they have so many times before.
I'm going to try my best to teleport back to the planet,
Mm-hmm.
to where I was,
Okay.
using any amount of power to do so.
Okay. Would you use all of it to make sure you get back?
If needed, yes.
All right. Would you do so knowing it would mean you are no longer a legendary creature? That
Yes.
your abilities would remain behind, coalescing into another stone?
Yes.
Okay. Milo Rooter,
Mm-hmm.
please leave the room and send everyone else back in here.
All right.
As you all see a flash of light and a scattering of dust that dissipates right in front of Bentley. Just dust just scatters around him. Blue collapses to the ground. Her wings dissolve away. That book melts. And her skin just begins to flake off. Damn. As she collapses to the ground, the entity keeping her alive is no longer present. As the champion of the Lairs region is now up for grabs.
Oh no.
That title is vacant.
Was there like a crown or something? Can I just go pick it up?
Is there like a crown?
Me! I wear the hat now.
Which means all of her team no longer follows orders.
That's fun.
Unless we catch them.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Dude, just roll a hundo.
As the Slayer of Men is no longer nearby, to no one's knowledge, because it's that fast. You just see Blue break the tree line, flying in, book out. She screams out towards Milo, "You're the new one?" Collapses. And just withers and dies. All of the Scions take a deep breath for a moment and turn their eyes to the skies. So
Not very fun working with Helios, is it, huh? Not very fun. Remember?
I mean,
Remember? And then I'll just look to the Scions like, oh, what are they looking at?
As the moon above you continues breathing, it takes several minutes for light to reach Earth from the moon. It takes a fair amount of time. You're all just standing in this field with these nearly godlike entities. A few seconds pass. And a few more. A few more. And the Onyx eyes kind of roll back to forward. That sludge stops pooling out of its jaw. Shakes its head. Looks around and just burrows away. There is no longer a Scion of the Fairy Stone. There is no longer a Scion of the Dark Stone. There is no longer an Emissary. And as you look up, you see the starry night sky tear itself open. And you see another moon on approach. As your moon is being pulled towards. A massive shockwave reverberates from space. I don't care that it's probably impossible. You see this
Shut up in the comments.
just detonation of the moon. As it cracks open, you see one large celestial wing flopping out. An enormous golden crowned head just peering over the side of this eggshell moon. As one moon is pulling towards the other. They pass like two ships in the night. And then another of those large rifts in space opens. And another. And another. And another. And then a few more. And then that largest rift through which a new moon has arrived is pulled shut. You see Wadsworth just drop to his knees in tears. He's inconsolable. All the Scions just kind of give a bow of respect and turn to leave. The Venom Queen breaks this tension with an incredible yell of happiness. Yes! I knew he could do it! He said he was going to switch the moon with another. He's the greatest being to ever be! Why are you all so dour? He succeeded.
Where is he?
I do not know. He is probably not coming back from that. But it was cool.
I'm gonna go over to Wadsworth.
I'll join.
He just looks up at you, D. And he just starts talking. I was meant to go with him. To keep him safe.
I know.
Why did he not bring me? I was supposed to stop this. He was supposed to make it.
I'll just rub Wadsworth's back as he's saying this.
He did it for you, buddy. He did it for all of us. And everyone.
Yes, but I should have been by his side.
You can't blame yourself, Wadsworth.
I do not blame myself. I blame him. He told me. Whatever happened, we would do it together. and that I would see him home.
Wadsworth, Milo loved you very much, and he wouldn't have done this if he didn't think that it was the right thing to do.
I have nothing but pride for him. He was the young master. But in the end, he was better than all of us. Better than me. Before suddenly, there's another one of those tears in space, about 30 feet above you, as a perfectly ordinary human boy comes tumbling to the ground. With a large gash up his arm, some burns on the front of him, but they're mostly superficial. Couple cuts and bruises, rolls into the scene with countless new source stones tumbling through this void behind.
Holy shit.
What the
I'm gonna run
fuck?
over.
And that's where we're going to end this session. What remains of Milo Rooter return to Earth alongside dozens of newly formed source stones. With the Lunarch banished, unhatched, and the Oni and the Emissary now only the memories of a nightmare that has long passed, the region prepares for war. If you enjoyed this episode of Boarding Party, please consider leaving a like on the video to show your support. If you'd like to see more of the Tots and stay up to date on the Laris region, why not subscribe to the channel? If you'd like to help us out in other ways, you can follow the links in this video's description box to our Patreon. From there, you can join the discussions in our Discord server, or check out the post shows still rolling and get a recap of every session with myself and the crew. Let us know in the comments below what you thought about the meeting with the Emissary, Operation Moonboom, and Joel's insane emphasis rolls. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you next week as the Tots put the pieces of this celestial puzzle together and discuss what happens next.